Hi, thanks for joining us for this prayerful pause, a moment to connect with the Spirit in the middle of a busy, crazy, hectic life. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hi, everybody. I was in a meeting the other day and I wrote down this quote. The people who support maintaining the status quo are people of privilege. Without change, we become the law of diminishing returns and can't sustain ourselves. They were speaking about a group and how maintaining the status quo. I'm pretty sure this was one of the meetings that I had where we were talking about the future of churches, and they were talking about maintaining the status quo is for people of privilege, because people who don't have privilege, they're scrappy, for want of a better term. They're constantly looking to improve their lives. They are worried about survival. Maintaining the status quo is kind of a first world problem, I think, or at least a people in power problem. And that's where we get into people of privilege. Without change, we become, though, like the law of diminishing returns, less and less and less each time until we are no longer sustainable. And I'm thinking about it today, not only in terms of organizations, but in terms of myself and my spiritual life. If I am not constantly willing to embrace change, to get better, to look at something in a different way, then my faith really becomes stale. It becomes just holding on to the same thing, the same repetitious dogma over and over and over again, instead of having it be an alive faith, where it's like the difference between a still pool and fresh water that's flowing, and the living water, as Jesus would say. This one and maybe your pets keep things fresh too, because they're constantly looking and changing. Yes, you are. But they cause us to see things differently. By the way, welcome to the Prayerful Pause with the Pastor. I know I jumped right in today, I guess because I'm thinking about this a lot. What am I changing? Whether we're talking about that clean slate that we mentioned a while ago, or not getting it so filled up that it becomes, there's no room for the Spirit to blow around, or just spiritual practices in general. How do we keep them fresh and new when we may not be feeling fresh and new? We might be feeling stale and old. Well, maybe not that bad, but you get what I mean. Maintaining the status quo. Yeah. What does that do for you when you think about it? It can be unnerving for me. There are some things in the status quo I want to maintain, like having a job or my way of life. But I think I don't want it to be so regulated, so locked in, that I miss the opportunities for something better or something different that might have more meaning for me in the long run anyway. I don't have any solutions today. Just a lot of questions. But that idea of when we don't want things to change, it's because we're exerting some sort of privilege about maintaining everything. And we're missing the gift that the change can bring. I think that's worth focusing on. So I invite you today, as you go through the day, to be thinking about the times and the places where you are resistant to change. And maybe it could be something as simple as always having the same thing for breakfast, or always reading your email at a certain time, or getting locked into the same old arguments with people. And maybe just for today, try to do at least one thing that's different and see how it feels. Thanks for joining me for this Prayerful Pause with the Pastor. I'm Pastor Deb Swift. By carving out this little bit of time to focus on your spirit, your whole day can be made brighter. Until next time, God bless. Take care. Bye for now. Prayerful Pause is produced by Firebird Spirit. Its content reflects the views of the speaker. It is designed to prompt a connection for the listener with the Spirit and give us all something a little different to think about while we're going about our day. Please leave comments below or contact us through our website. Thanks for listening. See you next time.